down at the copy of her results. He furrowed his eyebrows and passed her the report. "You're pregnant." Daniella shook her head in disbelief as she stared at the checkup results. "It's impossible." "There isn't any mistake. You had intercourse with someone at such a young age. If you know how to enjoy it, don't you know about the proper methods of protection?"
Hello guys, welcome back to The Accidental Mother. This is Dora on Inspiration Gist with Dora. We are looking at this podcast, The Accidental Mother. If you've been following the story, you know where we're coming from. But if this is your first time of listening to this episode, this story, let me just give you a recap of what happened. Daniella is a young girl that was set up by her family. Yes, you heard me right. Her family set her up in order to make her ruin her reputation by losing her innocence. 18th birthday, her 18th birthday, they connived and set her up for someone to sleep with her so that she will lose her purity. And something's happened, and finally today we are listening to the report of her pregnancy test. She is pregnant. Like, just one that intercourse has got her pregnant. So we're going to continue to see what will happen. Is she going to keep the baby, or is she going to abort it? Like, she's already complaining that she can't keep this child. She is a child herself. How is she going to keep another child? Okay, but let's continue listening. Don't forget where we are coming from. Family members, father set her up. We are going to be seeing how things will unfold for this girl in the story. It's a very interesting story that is full of so many lessons. I don't want to waste much of your time. Again, let's just dive into the story for today. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do that right away, so that when I upload new episodes, you will be notified immediately. If you're not watching me on TikTok, please just click on that follow button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe, and don't forget to like the video. And most importantly for me, again, drop your comment in the comment section. I like to interact with my audience. Please, what do you think about this whole story? Drop your comment in the comment section. But let's keep listening. I'll come back after one or two scenes to say what I have to say myself.
Daniella bit her lips hard. Her lips reddened, but nothing else changed. After a long while, she said slowly, "I can't have this child, doctor." She was only 18. She was still a child herself. How could she give birth to this child? 4 years later, in a large shopping mall in Michaeltown, a woman with skin as fair as porcelain and dark, silky hair falling upon her shoulders in soft waves caught the attention of every person she walked past. A pair of wide-framed sunglasses rested on her pretty head. Her features were flawless, exquisite, like that of a cultured painting, with red, pouty lips that were delicate and seductive. The woman was wearing a mint green coat, complemented by a pair of high heels. Her stunning figure was tall and slim, and she walked with a natural gait that rivaled a professional model on the runway. She was pushing a shopping cart where a small boy was sitting, wearing a baseball cap, denim overalls, and an English-style plaid shirt. Although the cap covered his eyes and nose, one could tell from a glance that he was a handsome and cute baby, just from his moist lips and adorable chin. "Pretty sister, Liam has already listed everything that we need to buy." The small boy lifted his head to gaze happily at the eye-catching, beautiful young woman. The moment he lifted his head, many people could get a clear glimpse of his face. His features were exquisite and looked like they had been carved from jade. He had large, ink-black eyes, a well-defined little nose, and soft pink lips. The boy would have looked exactly like a prince from a comic book if it was not for his overly pale skin. Were the two mother and son, or were they siblings? They were both very attractive. Daniella looked adoringly at her cute baby.
So all this description of very beautiful, pretty girl, and all that, slender, tall, and all that. It's Daniella. So Daniella is back to Michaeltown after 4 years. And you already heard it that there's a baby with her. That means she had that baby. She did not get rid of that pregnancy. So Daniela had the baby, and this is 4 years later. So we're talking about a boy of 4 years here. Okay. So she is still as pretty as she was. The reason the stepsister was so jealous of her is because she's so pretty. Anywhere she is, she stands out, and it intimidates her. It makes her hidden. You know, when someone is so beautiful, is by your side, every other person, she draws the attention of everybody around. Okay, so whenever she's there, she feels like a shadow. People don't notice her. People don't recognize that she's pretty as well. These are one of the reasons that made her to hate Daniela. The father has also his own motive, his own reasons also, but we're going to discover that. I will allow you to discover that as we progress in this episode. So now it is Daniela and the son back to Michaeltown after 4 years. Let's keep on listening.
A bright, beautiful smile broke out on her face. Liam is so awesome. Sister, Liam, darling. A clear voice sounded from behind them. Daniela turned around and saw her best friend, Noella, waving brightly to Liam and her. Pretty sister, it's godmother. An incredibly charming smile appeared on Liam's adorable little face. He was going to be a real lady killer when he grew up. Noella ran to the two and immediately gave Daniela a huge hug. Noella had been desk mates with Daniela for all their 3 years of high school, and they had long since established a strong friendship that weathered the ups and downs. Although they could not meet in person when Daniela went abroad 4 years ago, they still made sure to have video calls at least every 2 weeks to stay in touch. As such, Noella was one of the few people who knew about Liam's existence. Noella impatiently grabbed onto Liam for a big hug after hugging Daniela, enveloping him tightly in her arms and holding him close. She was incredibly fond of the little one and never wanted to let go of him. Godmother, you're hugging so tight that Liam can't breathe. Noella let go of Liam with a wide smile, although her eyes stayed on Liam's face unshamedly. Sister, his genes are too good. Can I reserve a spot as Liam's baby's girlfriend? Godmother is so pretty. Your boyfriend in the future must be more handsome than Liam. Liam's large black eyes turned to look at Daniela. Liam belongs to pretty sister only. Noella felt extremely attacked, as if she was knocked out with 10,000 points of critical damage. Apart from having good looks and a lovable personality, Liam, her sister's baby, was also completely loyal to her. Noella was so jealous that she felt like she could die. Sister, what do I do? I really want to steal Liam and bring him home with me. Daniela smiled. That's all right, as long as Liam is willing. Noella pouted. Go ahead and show off your relationship. After shopping at the supermarket, Noella wanted to take Daniela and Liam to celebrate her return, with a big meal at the city's revolving restaurant. Well, I don't care. Sister, I'm still angry that you didn't even tell me that you were coming back today. I could have gone to pick you both up at the airport. You have to let me treat you to a delicious meal. If not, our friendship is over. Half an hour later, the 2 adults and 1 child arrived at the top floor of Michaeltown's only 7-star hotel. The waiter at the front of the revolving restaurant stopped them. I'm sorry, but the restaurant has been completely booked for tonight. Noella was speechless. Who was the nouveau riche to book out the most extravagant restaurant in Michaeltown? Daniela comforted Noella at the sight of her indignant and disappointed expression. It's all right, Noella. It's the same even if we eat somewhere else. Noella pouted. I really wanted to meet that nouveau riche. The 3 of them had no choice but to go back down to the lobby. Just as they reached the entrance of the hotel, Noella turned around and gestured for them to stop. "Sister, wait here with my adorable little godson. I'll drive the car over." "Okay." Daniella and Liam stood behind a large marble pillar. As they waited, her phone rang, and she walked forward a few steps to pick up the call. Liam leaned against the pillar, and his ink-black eyes moved around under the baseball cap, observing the people around him carefully. Suddenly, a distinct silhouette came out from the revolving door, attracting Liam's attention with its cold demeanor. A man strode out of the entrance, dressed immaculately in a long, classic black coat that he pulled off easily with his tall stature and broad shoulders. A pair of fitted, perfectly ironed dress pants covered his long legs. His short black hair was sharp and stylish. His face was well-defined with a perfect jawline and flawless features, like that of an artisan's treasured sculpture. His features were deep and cold, while his eyes were sharp, with a piercing gaze that could freeze a person to their bones.
Who is this person? Interesting. So this is just about the arrival at Michaeltown, and the best friend Noella going to receive them. They wanted to give them a treat, but someone has booked a restaurant. Who is this person that is being described like this? I will allow you, okay, to discover who this person is in the next episode. Please don't forget to like this video and also share it, okay? We're going to learn a lot. This lady, Daniella, or this girl, she's still a small girl, right? She was 18 when she got pregnant, and now 4 years later she'll be 22. So let's say this lady is going to go through a lot in Michaeltown, and we have seen she has a 4-year-old already. Let me just allow us to discover what happens in the next episode. But bear in mind, this description of this silhouette that we just heard is a significant figure in this story. I'll allow you, okay, to discover yourself in the next episode. So see you again. Bye-bye.